Okay, I just got here. There is nothing in here. Oh my gosh. Alright, well, let's change that. Alright, well, it's not much, but it's a lot more than what they had. Wish it was more, but I ain't that rich. Hey folks, how you doing? Welcome back. It's Charlie. It is Tuesday afternoon, the 9th? The 20th. My God, I can't even. Holy moly, the 9th. November 9th, 2021. It is about 2:10 in the afternoon, and I am now down on Green Street. I'm looking for, supposedly, this is going to be really packed over here for the holidays. This is the Mills Place or Mills Alley over here. One of my favorite streets. And I noticed that I didn't see this, well, it's been a while, but now they got the barricades over here and for the outdoor dining. I'm over here kind of on the prowl. Someone had posted on Facebook. Hold on, let's get a better view. Someone had posted that there was a holiday pop-up store. I'm kind of thinking on assumption that it's over behind me at the old Stats, but it kind of gives me an excuse to come over here. I've mentioned this so many times. It's like my favorite street over here in Pasadena, especially now that the holidays, because they always have the lights strung up year round, the white lights. It gets kind of Disney-esque, you would say. And at night, since there's I love canopy, tree-lined streets, and at night it looks really, really nice. And it smells good right here in particular, especially when you got Buca de Pepo over here. And is my old cigar shop over here still? Oh, as much as I would love a cigar, I honestly couldn't. And my cigars are the simple cigars. I just can't, honestly, I can't, well, I can't afford it for one thing, but yeah, no, it doesn't make sense to buy that. This is the old Twin Palms restaurant. Got shut down, I think. You know, honestly, I don't remember if it got shut down before. I almost want to say it got shut down before the lockdown. It's a cute little piece of property, and they took down the Twin Palms too. How mean is that? This is an old retro. This is an old architectural retro, beautiful building right here. This right here. That is the old apartments, Westgate, I believe. The ex and I had applied over here, and that was, I want to say, 14 years ago. Even then, there was a 10-year waiting list for this bloody thing, which is kind of nice now, but at that time it was really, really spectacular. Yeah, Westgate Apartments, they have this block over here, and then they have the next block over there, and it kind of goes a little bit over there behind this old architectural beauty over here. I think now they actually, I think more or less from what I read, that it is now considered affordable housing or something. I don't know. There's so many changes right now to the housing codes here in Pasadena, and the whole argument of making more affordable housing is just a tug of war, honestly. But yeah, this is such a groovy street here. I was over at Jackie Robinson earlier, as you saw, taking some much needed goodies. This is such a cool street. And I kind of like this little trendy, what is it, hipster? Is that still hip to say? These old buildings are just the most beautiful thing. I think this was an old, either an old garage, and I want to say almost a livery stable. One of the old livery stables is actually up over there by a doghouse. I mean, it's been a while since I actually, a couple months I think, or so. But they didn't have this last time. This is an old livery stable, I believe. I mean, come on, you just gotta, I don't know, I just have a thing for the architecture, as I've mentioned. The old beam bolts. Kind of cool. Let's see. Yeah. You see that? Look at that. Look at that ceiling. Come on now. I would turn this into a residence and leave all that exposed. Probably open up a little bit more of a skylight up there. Give it a little more light. I'm not into, honestly, especially downtown LA, knocking down an old building just to make something architecturally sterile. Not only do I think that it just should be repurposed, maybe added a little bit of TLC and some paint, but that'd be kind of like tearing Castle Green down over here. This is Castle Green. Tearing this down and putting in a Marriott, you know. Kind of like the one up the street, but that's what they like to do. Alright, Castle Green. This is the bridal shop over here. Actually, when the ex and I, when we came to Pasadena, I had shown her this shop. I had taken her to the shop. Beautiful dresses here, ladies. There's a couple here in Pasadena, but that one's a very fancy one. This whole thing is Castle Green. And yes, it was actually a castle. I mean, it is a castle. And I've mentioned this several times, that on the other side, that was, I think this was, well, the front entrance is over here on Raymond. Look at these doors. And then what is now known as Central Park over on that side actually was the gardens to this property, to said Castle Green. This building here, these are apartments. We had applied, we had tried to apply, that is, but at that time, that was maybe 14, 15 years ago, there was even about a 15-year waiting list for the, I kid you not, my friends. It's very, very exclusive. And the grounds are just spectacular, at least this part of the grounds. There's many times where you could actually go and reserve this. A lot of people actually come and reserve this to have parties, but more to the sense of weddings and what have you. So this is coming up on Raymond and Green. This is the old Stats. Another wonderful building here. I guess it's not here. I wonder where that pop-up building is. But this is Stats, or was Stats. This was kind of like the holiday craft type of shop per se. It was really cool to come here for the holidays, and it was all adorned in Christmas and everything. It was just spectacular. And over there is kind of another business, outdoor patio furniture and whatnots. This is just kind of an impulse video. Kind of tired. Not much rest last night, actually. There's Castle Green. This would have been the old tower, or guards tower. And they do have tours, I think on a yearly basis. And I think the tours are like $30. But then when you come, you'll know, because then they'll have the box over here displayed with the information for the tours, for the holiday tours, and you can go and tour the grounds and everything. It's very, very nice. It's nice. Now, yes, this as I said, this used to be a castle. And travel a little bit more here south on Raymond. I will see if I can try to remember to put a link. It's just kind of difficult to navigate. All right, now go back to like at the turn of the century or what have you. So that would have been the front entrance. The other side, Green Street, would have been, I think, one of the side main entrances. This would have been the backyard. Now, all of this, this is Central Park. This was donated to the city many, many moons ago. And I think on the information it shows you, with pictures and everything, the history. But this, just like in England and royals and everything, where you see a big, like a James Bond type of a movie, a big English castle or what have you, and then you see the gardens and everything. This whole park was the backyard, was the gardens for said Castle Green. And this is still one of the little bit of remnants. There used to be, I think, a few more fountains here in Pasadena historically. Troughs, fountain water troughs for horses and I think for livestock as well. But yeah, you know, even your doggies can come, your pets can come and get a little drink of water, or if they're parched or anything. But yeah, that's pretty cool, right? This would have been the English gardens of said Castle Green. I love those turrets on the corners. And yeah, this is Fishbeck's. This is still working. A patio center, furniture, and everything. Actually, this is one of the places when I was still kind of looking for a place to bed down when I first hit the skids. Someone had told me that it was kind of okay to sleep over here, but kind of not. You just had to be very careful, not make a mess, and very, very tidy. See, the thing is that a lot of these places really didn't mind, as long as you were out of sight, out of mind, didn't create a mess, and was just respectable and nice to the neighborhood and the property. And right around the corners were I had slept over here for a couple of nights. But when you're homeless, you know, you kind of get that sense of, you'll get a sense of foreboding of whether or not it's okay to be around. But yeah, it was a lot tougher. Very cool, huh? It's nice. This is Stats. It's so cool because they would have, I mean, this whole place was just beautiful during the holidays for Christmas time. There were so many Christmas trees and very well adorned. And if you're from the Midwest and whatnot, and you're familiar with Menards and Fleet Farm, especially Menards, you know how they dress it up with all the Christmas trees, and the employees pick their own Christmas trees and they kind of decorate it and they sell it and everything. Something similar per se here. but it was really cool, and the checkout was over here to the right. Yeah, it's kind of small world Disney-ish in there, but yeah, this whole place was just really really awesome. This is Stats Floral Boutique and what have you. Castle Green. They did try to kind of, I think, financially they were kind of like really getting wounded, and they started leasing out this part of the area. There was the Bee's Knees, which was kind of like a honey and specialty food place, and then I think over here they turned into kind of like a fancy shaving type of place. Yeah, this is the one. Oh yeah, Old Town Shaving. It just, and it I want to say it was like on crutches for a couple of years after these places came in, and then it was announced that Stats was going bye-bye. And had a chance to bring our daughter over here. She loved it, you know. She thought it was like really cool, because when I say it was like very Disney-esque, it was all the lights and twinkling, and they had the little animatronic toys and holiday stuff, and it was just really, oh, tear rolling down my eye. It was so awesome. This is the Pasadena, one of the old Pasadena livery stables, which is now the doghouse. Yeah, see, Fishbeck's is back over there. They did have like a wooden deck and a small canopy. And I remember the first night it had started raining, and I was like, this is like shit. This sucks. I just want to sleep. It's very frustrating. I think in one night trying to find a place to sleep, I had moved like 3 different places. It's just so difficult. And doghouse. Going that way is PCC, the Pasadena Civic Center. Let's commit an offense. Pretty cool, huh? See the stable doors, and then of course, like they do have on these little alleyways that turn into eateries out here. Doghouse, beer garden. Pretty cool. I'm just not one really. I mean, I wouldn't mind eating there, but the only thing is that when it comes to eating at an establishment that focuses on alcohol, it's not that I'm tempted. It's just that it doesn't call me. It just, honestly, for some reason, the more exclusive it is, like Dave and Buster's, you know, it's supposed to be a family and fun center, but to me, it's always like the first front of the whole thing is, you know, alcohol and entertainment for adults, and then secondary family and kids and what have you. So I don't even go to a Dave and Buster's. When I first started working at Target, you know, they were everybody was, oh, hey, you know, we got to get together, you know, it's payday, it's Friday, it's the end of the week, let's all go to Bolero or these new fangled fancy bowling alleys and stuff like that. And Charlie, you ought to go, come on. And like, I just didn't want to be around my friends while they were consuming alcohol. Again, not so much as because I would have been tempted. It's just I don't like to see the transformation, you know what I mean? And especially when it comes to like my female friends or my female coworkers, I, I'd rather see them in a more sober and coherent way of dealing with them. You know, now if it was an old buddy and stuff, you know, getting drunk, I can handle that. But someone new like that in my life, no. Sushi Enya, this was one of my hangouts. I love the sushi here. This place, and well, I used to be over there. Saturday or Sundays, I'd come over here for happy hour because there was hardly anybody, and it was fun. Drinks on the cheap. This is, you know, I can't remember what old institution, but this is one of the old banks that still actually has intact a huge walk-in vault. Of course, no banks have money anymore, but they still, I think, have the huge big vault with the big round door and everything, and the whole timer and whatnot. Arroyo in Colorado now, and it's getting to be a little busy. It's getting kind of chilly.